Well, welcome back, Blade Gang. This old sword with you once again. And I got another Kizer that is relatively new on the block. At least, haven't seen too many reviews, and it's an interesting one. Let's show you the label, get you started there. It is a 3.8-inch blade called the Justice. And as you can see, the design is by AZO and Nhut Huynh. It's my best stab at it. Sorry for the blade pun. And as you can see, it's in N690 blade steel and G10 with a steel liner. So, we've got a lot of information from the back of the box, end of the box. And this is what Kizer's been doing on their low to mid-end blades, is giving you this interesting molded plastic cocoon. When I was doing the review on the recent beg lighter, couldn't get it out of the plastic, but this one is coming right out. And there you have like a blue-gray G10. This is a heavier and a little more solid knife than the beg lighter. Beautiful action. Kind of a plain Jane blade design. Just kind of an interesting drop point. The steel is a good N690, which is a nice departure from D2 and even from Sandvik. Not that it's better or worse. You have a nice texturing on the G10. An embedded glass breaker in the very end. A nice deep carry clip that has kind of a interesting thin blue line racing stripe down the middle. So if this was sort of intended for law enforcement, that makes some sense with the glass breaker and the blue stripe. And the none too fancy blade, and we're going to do some other specs on it soon. It's on bearings, very smooth, virtually drop shutty on the first try. Let's grab a weight first. We'll start with that today. And we have 4.62 ounces. Got to get that battery in there to get a better display going. 4.62 ounces, so not particularly light for the size. Let's check our blade steel in millimeters. Can it be? No. Thought I was going to get a 5 there. Get a 3.3. And the handle? Almost exactly half an inch. Yep. And let's get out the tape and back out just a tiny bit. We got an overall of right to the glass breaker 8 3/4, but really to the handle about 8 5/8. A blade of 3 3/4, as I said, 3.8, and a cutting edge of about also 3 3/4. I would say, yeah, it's a little over 3 3/4 full blade length. We have pommel spacer. I'm not going to call it a butt spacer, but I just said that, didn't I? Have a stainless steel jimped heavyweight back spacer. We have jimping near the butt of the handle on the finger side. We have pretty good jimping here, although it's a little shiny. Grabs you more out on the blade. That's actually useful there. Got some deeper cuts on the blade, but yeah, on the handle frame, not bad. Add that to the jimping there, And we've got nice place for the thumb in the point down position. This feels very comfortable, and you got a good guard. So this knife will flip open with the flipper tab, and very easily open with the thumb studs. And if you get enough speed going, you can do a middle finger flick, aka Spidey flick, but there's no Spidey hole there. It's very smooth. It's got a little bit of weight to it for its size. The overall is, it's up there, closing in on 9 inches. Although I wouldn't call it a big knife, there's plenty left over on the pommel. As you can see, you got a lanyard hole there as well, and the clip is reversible, point up. For comparisons today, I'm going to bring out the beg lighter, which I did recently, and you can see beg lighter is a smaller and somewhat lighter framed knife overall, with the Justice that you see there being a significantly bigger knife. Here's the Harns Assassin that I did a while back, and that's a little bit longer knife, although the blade is right in there with the Justice, but definitely a longer handle on the Harns. Harns has great action, by the way. Flipper tab only on the Harns. Compared to the Freak, got a longer blade than the Freak. Longer slightly overall, about at least a ½ inch. And the big boy, Rat 1, coming right in there, same overall size, pretty much. I would say, if anything, we got a little longer blade on the Kizer. So this is kind of a different Kizer for me than obviously their higher end S35 VN and titanium handled knives. Lots of good grip to the G10. Got some grooves in there that are milled in. And I'm not sure if that glass breaker can come out with any of those screws there. I'm not going to bother trying it. And also, I'm not sure if that's just stainless or if it's carbide. It doesn't look different. Well, maybe we can tell with the magnet, right? Well, sorry, didn't get it in frame. Definitely getting attracted to the frame, and my guess is that is that glass breaker is steel, and it's not any special material. So certainly it'll work a time or two. It doesn't protrude so much that it's going to strafe your hand reaching in and out of the pocket. It doesn't come up that much, yet it's a focal point if you do want to use it to break window glass on an automobile. Got a little scrap of paper here. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, it'll cut. So as my fellow YouTuber LTK likes to say, yeah, it's a knife as well. Or as Doug Markita might say, it will cut. So there we have, once again, the Kizer Justice, a design by AZO, kind of a collaboration between AZO and Nhut Huynh. Believe that may be a Vietnamese name or a Cambodian name. I am not sure. I'm not familiar with the designer. Perhaps you are. And my apologies if I kind of messed up the pronunciation. So again, the Kizer Justice. A nice EDC design, and won't bust your pocket either. I think they're coming in somewhere north of 50 bucks. White Mountain Knives, of course, you'll get 10% off with the discount code OLDSWORD, and I hope you use it. Be well, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care.